What's up, everybody? My name is Roy, and I'm the owner of CCNC. We're a performance styling and community company, and what that entails is making parts and accessories for late model performance cars, such as this one. I wanted to make a quick video to cover our LT4 Stage 4 package, what that entails, what are the parts, how much does it cost, how does the vehicle drive. We've been getting a lot of questions around all of those and some more, to include can I drive this down the street? Can my wife take this to the grocery store? What all do I have to do? What all parts come within it? So the purpose of this video is to shed light on that and hopefully answer your questions. So before we get started, I do want to touch base on our operations and how we operate. So when it comes to performance, all of our performance package, including this one, are designed by our partner and our friend Ryan Cunningham. He's owner of BRC Raceworks, formerly known as Cunningham Motorsports. So he's been around the LS, LT industry. He's been doing this for far longer than I have, and he's well known. So huge shout out to him. We're a great partnership. He does our remote calibrations. The cars go down there, he tunes them for us. So it's definitely a good partnership. So thank you for that. That's kind of how we operate. Now let's get into the actual nitty gritty on what you guys want to see, and that's the performance underneath this hood. Now let's get into the good stuff, and let's cover what's included in our LT4 Stage 4 package. Starting from the top, and the thing you'll probably see right away is going to be the upgraded supercharger. We're running a Magnuson 2650R with the stock 90mm upper pulley. The reason for that is we want to get a little bit more cooling in the car. We want to get a larger displacement blower. The stock blower does well. I'm not doubting it. It's a great unit, but in this case, we wanted a bigger blower so we're not stressing the small 1.7 liter blower. Moving on to induction, we're going to have the Nick Williams, which is a 103 throttle body, and that's made it to a Rotofab Big Gulp 5-inch intake, so spans across here. In terms of fuel system, we're going to include the Lingenfilter LPE high side pump, so that's going to sit under the supercharger, and we're also going to throw in the FIC plus 30 LT4 injectors. So what that does, it adds a little bit more volume on the fuel. As you guys may or may not know, the LT4 is limited by high side fuel pump pressure and injectors when you get to a certain power level. So instead of running methanol or some kind of auxiliary, we just decided that we just wanted to run the injectors and spend the money and do it the right way. So we have the plus 30 injectors, the big bore pump, and we also have a Gen 5 DIY flex fuel kit. It's very concealed, it's very nice, with the advanced fuel dynamics Bluetooth module. And what that allows us to do is to measure your ethanol content. This is a flex fuel car, so you open up an app and it measures the ethanol content right off the bat. In terms of cooling, we're also running a Course Performance trunk tank, and that adds about 6 gallons of coolant. So if you follow me and follow this line, it runs all the way underneath the car. Tucked in, very nice and neat down here, and it comes to our actual trunk tank, which is located in the trunk compartment right over here. And what this allows us to do is ice the car down during the track. We have a valve here that kind of vents to the bottom, and we catch the coolant, and yeah, that's our 6 gallon expansion tank. Moving forward into some more of the cooling / evacuation side of the house, we are going to have, you see some additional lines here. We have an open element Course Performance catch can or breather tank, and what that's going to do, it's going to help us evacuate some of the pressure that's inside the combustion chamber. So as you get on the gas and you roll into it, you're going to build boost, you're going to build crankcase pressure. If that pressure gets a little too high or out of whack, this catch can is going to go ahead and vent that to the atmosphere. It's something that you generally want in a high horsepower application. So we have these here, open element, which are tied on the valve covers on each side, and obviously your stock PCB system. So the last piece of the puzzle is going to be on the fuel system, and that's going to be the DSX auxiliary fuel system. So it's a low side unit. You can kind of see the controller right here, and what that does is it taps into your factory fuel system and allows you to run more pressure on the low side fuel. So that's the in-tank pump. And basically, once I hit a certain amount of boost, the low side fuel system kicks in, or MAP pressure, it kicks in, and it provides auxiliary fuel, hence the term auxiliary fuel system. So all in all, I think that covers the performance side and what's included. We move down towards the exhaust, and we have American Racing headers, 2-inch by 3-inch, all the way back into the factory suitcase. So the factory mufflers, I still have the dual mode, I still have the Tour, Sport, Track, and the car kind of adjusts its sound notes. as you hit each mode. So if you just want to cruise, you have the Tour. If you want to be sporty, you have the Sport. And if you're out on the track ripping it, put it in track mode and you have all those sound levels. So suited for your comfort. I think it's an efficient package. All right, let's talk about drivability for a second. Let's go ahead and fire this guy up and let's go for a drive. All right, so here we are in Tour mode. This is going to be the most comfortable setting. As you can see, the car is not super loud. It's pretty quiet. I don't have cam surge. I'm here just kind of waiting for traffic to kind of come by. We'll just take off normal like the average person will be driving, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how the car performs in Tour mode. It's very streetable. So we'll just go ahead and make this left turn. So it's driving like a stock car. Got my foot down. I'm not gunning it. I don't need to gun it. Doing about 50 miles an hour. Holding there. The car would drop into overdrive and it's like nothing happens. Like I'm driving a stock car. So in terms of drivability, you can have conversations in the car. It's not surging. You know, my hands are on the wheel and the car's kind of going straight. It's not going all over the place. So this is Tour mode. This is for the average person that just kind of wants early drives in the morning. You don't want to wake up your neighbor. You just want to cruise out the neighborhood, or it's early. You don't want to be drawing attention to yourself. And this is what Tour mode looks like. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put it in Sport mode. As you can see, the exhaust note gets a little louder. So let's go ahead and take off just like we did the last time. The exhaust note is a little bit louder. It's a little bit more aggressive tone. This is through the factory suitcase, but the car will eventually mellow itself out, as you just heard. So if you want to be noticed, if you want to be at the car meet and everyone hears you, that's kind of the mode that you want to be in. But as you can see, there's different exhaust modes for different notes. It all works just like it does from the factory. All right, guys. So now we're gonna get on the, gonna get up to speed, lay in it a little bit. I'm keeping the car in Tour mode to kind of show what the transmission does, see how it downshifts. What I'm trying to replicate here is like if you're getting on the highway or something and you need to pass a car, you just put your foot down or someone's next to you not letting you merge. This is kind of what I'm going to replicate here. So the car's really quiet now. It's going to open up, it's going to get really loud, but let's see what that looks like. Let's slow up here a little bit, let this guy go. Highway speeds. Okay. Then you get it on the on-ramp, you're just gonna foot floor it. So that's a Tour mode. The transmission is gonna get a little bit more aggressive, but if you notice performance shift or anything didn't kick in, it's because I'm in Tour mode. So it's definitely gonna downshift to the proper gear. Exhaust valve is gonna open up so we don't have issues with the exhaust. And that's kind of a Tour mode. Once you get out of it, the car's quiet, so I'm cruising again. So here we are in track mode. We got into track mode. It's gonna go through the performance shift and everything. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of gas. Here, performance shift is getting active, so it's automatically downshifting for you as you slow down. So this would be like a performance mode, obviously. Everything is controlled through the factory PCM. As you can see, it's slowing down. All right, so really quick, we just made a pass. It's currently 61 degrees outside, and right now my temps are at 78 degrees. That's a tribute to the cooling system. I'm stopped right now. I just pulled over to stop to highlight this, so it's slowly climbing, but you can see the trunk tank do its thing, the heat exchanger doing its thing, and all the cooling lines and everything. Coming back to the stoplight, it's pretty tame. guys, thanks for watching the video. That's about covers our LT4 Stage 4 package. We covered over what are the parts, what's included, calibrations, performance, drivability, you name it. So huge shout out to Ryan Cunningham, BRC Raceworks, JP Autos for the clean install, and Danny Fuentes for shooting this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. A link to the package, if you're interested, will be down below as well. As always, feel free to shoot us an email, shoot us a DM, support@ccnorcal.com, or visit www.ccnorcal.com. Thanks and have a nice day.